Good evening, welcome to a match, a bit of a surprise match, because I was not expecting that I was going to cast a match tonight, because of course everybody's getting ready from DreamHack, including myself. I've got my bags packed, however, I've got some spare time, figured I jumped myself into No Tidehunter versus Fnatic Recall, because there is no English broadcaster for this one, and this is like a small preview for DreamHack, because both of these two teams will be attending DreamHack, so we're going to see how they're going to be doing this, and how they're going to be. Well, basically, you can see it a bit as a last try, last attempt, last training before DreamHack. Well, of course, they still have tomorrow, a whole day of training. But still, I am excited. I know that Fnatic is on bootcamp already. I'm not sure about No Tidehunter. And as you can see, the draft is already on the way. We have got Bad Rider as well as Magnus, Bounty Hunter and Rubik being banned out so far, with the Templar Assassin and Undying making it through. And those were the first two pickups, one going the way of Fnatic Recall, that's by the way EU, FnaticEU. We're gonna have Jakiro and Darkseer with that as well, so Vacuum into Ice Path, Macropyre, stuff like that. And Undying, just no chance to run away for that one. We have got Templar Assassin on the No Tidehunter team on the Dire side, combined with the Sven and a Lone Druid. We still have the Wisp in the pool. I'm quite surprised of the picks for No Tidehunter. They kind of give away everything with the first three heroes that they have picked up. By the way, if you have got any issues with sounds and stuff, it is possible because my sound card crashed again today. So if you do, please let me know and I will try to fix it. You do hear the in-game sounds, I would assume, but yeah, that is all that should be working, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, No Tidehunter, they kind of give away their whatever. I was gonna say they put all their eggs in one basket. I don't know, but yeah, it's they kind of give away their lanes. Templar Assassin mid, Sven gonna be on the easy lane, long lane solo for the Lone Druid. Of course they can switch it around depending on if they're gonna be trying an aggressive trial or try-in or not, but yeah, surprising. So from Fnatic Recall, they kind of have an easy job banning things out. They could ban out either supports or jungle heroes, depending on what they're expecting No Tidehunter to still do. While for Fnatic Recall, I mean, we've seen Jakiro on the long lane, we've seen him on tri lane, we've seen him on every kind of lane. I haven't seen him mid though. I haven't seen him mid. Oh well. And then Darkseer is gonna be on the long lane solo. Probably Jakiro as support. So might be going for a tri lane there still with Undying. But yeah, it's a bit difficult for them to, or a bit difficult for No Tidehunter to still estimate what Fnatic Recall would still want to pick up. They ban out the Night Stalker and the Brewmaster, two heroes that grow very powerful as soon as they reach level 6. As well as when they reach, what? New microphone? Well, that could be also part of the thing that my sound card crashed. I'm sorry for it. But hey, I'm the only English caster. Oh, I forgot to do that. So hello, this is the StarLadder match. There is no official English caster for this match. For all the official casts, which I am not, go to Owned TV and you can find your official cast there. So there, I almost forgot that with all the stress, because as you might have guessed, I just turned on the stream like a second ago. We have the Chaos Knight being banned out, as well as the Chen for FnaticEU, with the Enigma first pickup for FnaticEU, so that's going to be their jungle hero. So that means that they kind of already say, you know what, we're going to go for a dual lane only, and will that be an Undying Jakiro dual lane? That is very unusual. Maybe we're finally gonna see, well actually, we're gonna maybe see a Darkseer mid taking it up against Templar Assassin, because we have had the Darkseer taking it up against, and the Iron Shell is pretty decent against the TA. It won't really kill her, but it will try to slow her farming down, and she won't be able to get a kill on the Darkseer most likely, or at least she won't be able to dive past towers unharmed with refraction on. But that will mean Undying maybe still on a long lane solo, and Jakiro still to be combined up with something that Fnatic still needs to pick up right now. And if they were, wow, if they were thinking about a Chaos Knight, they're not going to be able to do that because that was banned out. But I'm kind of confused by the pickup by No Tidehunter. They pick up a Disruptor. Normally a Disruptor is picked up as a counter towards the Wisp, but I was actually expecting maybe a Wisp to still be picked up by No Tidehunter. The reason for that is they might actually still do it, by the way. Of course, there's a good combination then of a tri lane with a Disruptor and a Wisp, but you don't see it all too often. But yeah, then you'll have, of course you have Admiral Bulldog playing the Lone Druid. He is a Lone Druid that is, from my opinion, he is able to be joining fights earlier than normal lone druids purely because of the way he plays it. He plays it a bit more aggressive, enjoyable to watch of course, but normally you have lone druid as their late game insurance, and then you have mid game that they have to take with the Templar, Assassin and the Sven. And of course Sven is also a decent hero late game, actually pretty good hero late game, and depending on what start he has, he is indeed a big factor mid game also. But with that Wisp, if they indeed went for that, which was my expectations, they would have been able to dominate mid-game with that Sven, but we'll see if they still pick that one up, as we're waiting for the last pickup for Fnatic. They are using all their time, almost all their time, and they now pick up the Faceless Void, so that will be a Jakiro Faceless Void dual lane. And then Enigma in the jungle, Undying on the long lane solo, and yeah, Darkseer probably mid. Interesting indeed, and actually Undying pretty decent against the TA as well. And zombies won't be able to, well, the zombies will be able to pop off the refraction, I believe. But yeah, Faceless Void, interesting choice I find. Normally you see teams picking that up if they feel like, okay, you know what, we need a carry and we need some team fight potential. But the team fight was already there on the side of the Enigma. But if you now think about the team fight that they have, like even without the Faceless Void, of course with the Chronosphere being there, you have got a Vacuum into Black Hole, Macropyre and Ice Path over the top, and if people try to run away you can put down a Tombstone, also a lot of AoE damage, and of course the Decay to go through that as well. And if people try to run away you have of course the Chronosphere still as well, and that yeah, is pretty decent. It's a real 4+1 strat with Faceless Void farming and the rest trying to force the team fights and just make sure that nobody passes to Faceless Void, and Faceless Void giving free farm. Last pick for no Tidehunter is going to be the Lina hero that we see, of course, combined with the Sven a lot, with the Lightning Strike Array following up perfectly on the Stormhammer from the Sven. And also some AoE damage there. I mean, you have got a bit of a team fight with the Kinetic Field and the Static Storm and then the Lina Stun and the Dragon Slave, but other than that, and the Stormhammer I guess. Maybe you can count the Sven Khalif. Other than that though, there's not that much, not as much as Fnatic has. So curious to see how they're gonna be handling this, as we have a pause instantly, and I already look at that. It was a rush job because I, of course, yeah, as I said at the start, I noticed that a lot of people have joined since then. I wasn't really planning on casting anything. I just turned the stream on knowing that I had well, basically sometimes you know what, you know when you have to leave, and then you check the time and say, oh, I got time to play one Dota match. And then, you know, you play Dota match. But I had some time, and I figured, oh, I got time to cast one match if it starts now, and happily so. No Tidehunter versus FnaticEU was a bit delayed for StarLadder, so I was able to cast this one, and so that was a bit of a rush job, and I was able to still change the camera speeds and stuff, which is something that I'm quite proud of because I forget that a lot. So yeah. Anyway, let's see, no Tidehunter, because we know kind of what their lanes are gonna be like. Templar, Assassin mid, and there's the Lone Druid who's solo, and then a tri-lane, of course also with the Sven being there, who's not there just yet, still needs to be picked up, but we don't know if they're gonna be trying an aggressive tri-lane. I mean, they have got the lineup for an aggressive tri-lane, and we have seen it. We have seen it a lot, the aggressive tri-lane in general, since 2 weeks or so, and I like it because it provides for a lot of action in the games, and it would also mean that Admiral Bulldog will be able to farm a bit more safe on that top lane, and he'll probably be up against an Undying, so would have some okay farm, and yeah, it would be okay. It would actually work out great, and they have got the means to be aggressive on a tri lane, and of course they want to try to shut down that Faceless Void a bit, and Faceless Void is probably gonna be on the bottom lane, and you know, he can time-lapse away just fine, of course, but since they are probably going to be a duo lane, it's going to already be 2 versus 3, with maybe Enigma coming out of the jungle, but I would like to see that from no Tidehunter. I would like to see that. We'll find out in a moment, as we just have their last hero being picked up. Let's see first for no Tidehunter who is playing what. I'm not sure if they are actually also on bootcamp just yet. We do know that Fnatic is on bootcamp already, of course, for DreamHack. Both teams will be participating there as well. Admiral Bulldog will be playing the Lone Druid. I mean, really? Was anybody expecting anything different? No? Okay. Aki will be playing the Lina. We'll have Eternal Envy playing the Disruptor. S4 is going to be playing the Templar, Assassin, and Leave and Let Loda, or just Loda, of course. We'll be playing this Sven as, well, I mean, he's just picked up, so he's standing at E, so he has his sword down. And I'm a fan of Sven, and if you notice my streams a bit more, then you do notice that I like Sven. Not to play per se, because I suck at him, but I like his items, so I just had to check that out, but the sword is not that impressive. Anyway. Let's check FnaticEU, or of course Raid Call as they're called, but EU. We're gonna see who's playing what for them, as everybody's ready once more. We have JK playing the Undying. My Schnenkel is gonna be is gonna be playing the Jakiro. Ira will be playing the Faceless Void. Trixie on the Darkseer, and No Tail will be playing the Enigma for Fnatic RC. And let's see where they're gonna be heading. And oh, it looks like we might have an aggressive tri lane. Oh, I like this. So maybe they're anticipating the aggressive tri lane from their opponent team, and they're thinking, you know what, we don't want an aggressive tri lane. We want to have our Faceless Void farming on a lane where there's only one hero. But no Tidehunter thinks, okay, maybe they're expecting the aggressive tri lane, so we'll move Faceless Void into the top lane, so let's put our tri lane top anyway. Bam. It's like mind games. Double mind games, but I'm not sure if that's actually the train of thought here for both teams, but it would be funny if it was. Anyway, we're gonna have top lane. Faceless Void top is not something that you see a lot, so I'm still a bit hesitant to say that that's actually what they're gonna do, but they already sent the Undying bottom, meaning that he'll probably be getting that easy lane. Mid lane, yeah, Faceless Void mid? No. And everybody moving bottom again. I don't know. Everybody's switching it up again. Come on. My Mindception games do not work. So we were going to have it the same way as I expected. And only No Tidehunter is going to have it like I didn't expect. They're going to be safe farming that Sven. And I'm not sure if that's the right choice, because you want to shut down that Faceless Void a bit. We know how big a Faceless Void can get. At the same time, I mean, I'm sure Admiral Bulldogs knows what he can do to shut down a hard carry, as he's of course Admiral Bulldog. So, yeah. Anyway, that will mean that JK will probably be going top. Trixie indeed in the mid lane up against the Templar Assassin. No surprise there. Lone Druid already sending his bear with the creeps there and walking past the Jakiro, waiting for all the creeps to be there. And what route is he gonna take? What's he gonna do? Waiting for a bit more time to make sure that... Nice ice path. For a bit more time to make sure that the creep wave is gonna reach the other creep wave at the same time, or maybe skip the first creep wave. That could be, of course, as well. Yeah, it's gonna skip the first creep wave, so letting that one run to the tower to meet up with the second wave. How does that work? Even awkward. Anyway. I'm confused. He blocked both camps with the bear. Oh, I didn't though. Well, maybe the first one. Maybe for a double stack. Maybe. I love chat as a co-caster. That's the upside of casting StarLadder. Of course, I'm casting it via Dota TV, and Dota TV, I don't need to have any delay there, so I can see the chat live. Might sometimes be a bit distracting, but other times it's just quite handy. Look at that harassment on a Templar Assassin already. That Iron Shell really doing work, and Trixie might actually try to go for a kill later on. Of course, Templar Assassin will be having her bottle soon, as oh no, the dive is still there. He wants to go for it. Courier is being held back, the bottle not being there yet, and this might be an attempt at a first blood. Is he gonna get it though? The tower still attacking the creeps. Now only will the tower attack Trixie, and now will he have to back off. Refraction being up long enough, and now the bottle will help him out. So that's the first blood attempt. Failed. As well, if you would ask me where's the first blood gonna happen, I would actually say mid lane. But only maybe if someone helps out from either team, because well, Undying is not gonna come closer anytime soon. He's just walking around there in the jungle and trying to farm together with the Enigma. Lone Druid is not going to be careless and walk in range of that Faceless Void, because there will be an ice path, etc. waiting for him, and as long as he can farm safely with the bear continuously pulling creeps, he will be doing that. That will leave the mid lane as the only lane where there's actually people on it to be dying, and yeah, that might be the first blood lane, as we now do have the Undying moving towards the top lane with some illusions as well, scouting out what he's dealing with. But the ward is already here from the Dire side also, so if he comes too close, I mean, we know the combination, we know how dangerous it is. It is well, a glimpse back. If they saw him first, they can glimpse him back. Sven's done, Lena's done. Kinetic Fuel if they need it. Thunderstrike if they need it. But I doubt they'll need it. Not with the Dragon Slave over there as well. Of course, Undying, he'll do his name justice, and you know he's a very survivable hero. But of course, it is still a pretty difficult tri lane to be up against. We'll see what he can do there, though. In the meantime, let's check out the last hits on this middle lane, where of course actually the most action is happening, because here's actually some PvP going on. We're gonna have Trixie being on 15 for 3 on last hits, with S4 being on 13 for 5, so still very even. Even though Trixie now gets forced back, he has got an empty bottle as well, 4-minute rune about to spawn, so he did push the lane back a bit, seeing if he can get the bottle. In the meantime, the bottle for Templar Assassin is still on the donkey, so he doesn't have it yet, so he'll miss the 4-minute rune. But it might be Undying that's gonna check that rune anyway, well, just like the Disruptor actually. Gilliam's back, rune is gonna...
Double damage!
Double damage for the Disruptor, I like it, I like it. It means that the bottle has to be picked up by the courier, and Trixie will not be doing with a rune that would have been protected, of course, otherwise by Undying perhaps. And until Trixie would pick it up. But no can do, no can do. Double damage on the Disruptor, and just some creep farming going on with them. I mean, they can try to farm in the jungle as much as they can, with of course Jakiro doing the same. Of course, a big difference in this lineup. Sven, why are you so low? You're just attacking creeps. Thank you. Don't scare me. But yeah, the big difference in this matchup with the teams is this guy. The Enigma, he is farming the jungle, and there is no solid jungle hero up on no Tidehunter, so that means that all the experience Enigma is getting in that jungle is extra for Fnatic. And he is already level 5, he's doing good. We see him, I mean, you can see him high on last hits, but that doesn't really count because it's jungle creeps. But still, he is doing okay on the gold. The bear, again, this must be so annoying for Fnatic. Constantly having the lane pushed out, and even though of course Faces Void can deal with that, he's got a Poorman shield and everything, but it's still annoying to hit creeps next to the tower, and yeah, it's not ideal. We do see him on par with the Sven though, last hit wise, 28 for 15 on him, while Sven is on 30 for 10, so the difference is minimal. And the lane is actually going to get pushed out a bit towards the Undying, meaning the Undying will get some solid experience. Undying, who is level 2, counterpart Lone Druid who's level 3, so being slightly ahead there. But, well, yeah, last hits, we can look at the last hits on these two, but it's not really worth it. It's still 2 last hits on the Undying, which are, I think, still jungle creeps. And for the Lone Druid, Mina's got 7, but also that's not something to write home about. So he is just trying to do what he does best, being annoying on the lane and make sure that the lane is going to be pushed towards him a bit, maybe. And otherwise push the lane back, or pull the lane back, sorry, with this bear. As we have, Disruptor stacking a camp constantly. That's gonna be some nice farm for the TA later on. TA! Careful! Trixie having a happy time with his Iron Shell, of course. And the bottle this time, where the rune goes to TA with the haste rune. This might be turning into a first blood. And, well, maybe. Of course, it's still a Darkseer. You can't really dive past the tower with a Darkseer, not with refraction, but we'll see how that's gonna go. Actually, Disruptor just came around to drop off his remaining Tango to make sure that TA still can use that, or Tango, as it were, too. He just ate a tree. And we're gonna see if there's maybe a gank coming off soon, as we have Enigma coming towards the bottom lane and deciding to push the tower. He is level 6, Black Hole's there, Jakiro coming there as well, and it is, I don't know, Bullock that's just gonna get forced back towards the tier 2, and now we have people coming to help. Eternal Anthem moving there. Haste rune activated on the TA, moving towards the bottom lane. Let's see if he can get something done here. Tower will still drop, but the Face of Void picking up the gold for that one. Here comes TA, though, lands a trap. Gonna go for the Jakiro, level 4 on him. Is there gonna be more melt damage going through? Malefice, Dual Breath, as well as an Ice Path, locks in the TA. Lena hanging around here as well. Can they initiate? No, they cannot. Not anymore anyway. And TA decides, okay, this was a waste of my time. I'm going back to the middle lane to try to get some farm against that Darkseer. So that was the first attempt at some aggressive play from No Tidehunter, as they are a team that is supposed to have the aggressive play, because they have, of course... Oh, Sven. Oh, Black Hole being used here on the top lane. Loda trying to get away and being blocked there by No-Till. Lands a stun, trying to go the other way around. There's zombies, though. Zombies are annoying, and the first blood goes to the Undying with the decay. JK picking that one up, and we have got... Oh, prizes. Well, Gret's still not smoky. But yeah, you can watch this game in-game, of course. And you can still get prizes for that. But anyway, first blood goes to the Sven, and that was a quick rotation from the Enigma, making sure that Well, Sven was not aware that rotation was going on, and he was left alone because the supports were on the bottom lane. So quick thinking from FnaticEU, and I actually didn't think as quickly, so I was a bit slow with that. But we didn't miss it. Most important thing. And again, Fnatic just laying down the pressure. And as I said, they are a team that can be a bit more secure. Lina's still hitting on the Enigma as well as the Sven's on and the right click. Lina picking up the kill there. And now it is the kinetic field locks in. The Undying here. Is there going to be more? Decay goes through. He has to be careful. Lina's not hitting again. No mana this time on the Sven, but it's not needed. There is still a soul rip, but that's not going to be doing it anymore. And Disruptor picks up the kill as he's glimpsed back the Darkseer. Darkseer still wants to go for this though. As Disruptor's already down. Still lands a stun, but Lina goes down as well. Darkseer double kill, wants to go for one more, surges up, wants to go for loadout. But now the creep wave comes in and he backs off. Another rotation, and Pleb gets a prize for winning a double kill. Oh, I need a prize. I am a spectator in this game. I can get a prize. Cool. Let's aim for that one. Anyway, as I was saying before more people of Fnatic came in there, I mean, they are the team that can take it slow. They have the Faceless Void, and it is known that Faceless Void is one of the hardest carries in the game. So they don't really need to be as aggressive as they are, but they are. And they're making sure it's working for them. In the meantime, Fnatic, of course, their Faceless Void is still having their free farm, has a hand of Midas as well. Doing good, 48 last hits. Let's actually switch to net worth right here, because that's more important, and we do see him highest up on net worth. One thing that we have to take into consideration, of course, as the tier 2 tower here went down as well. 3 towers are down for Fnatic, with no towers taken down yet by no Tidehunter, so that's a major difference in gold. And it was Faceless Void that picked up both the tower hits on this bottom lane. That is already 1k extra gold, well, more even. 12, 11 and a half, something like that. But that's a lot of gold going his way, and he's of course doing fine. He's building towards, well, maybe a Mantis Tower. It's unusual. Normally you see a Battle Fury or something up on the Faceless Void, but this Faceless Void, he is going to be going aggressive. He feels like he's ahead on gold anyway, so wants to go for a Chronosphere. There's a kinetic field helping out, and a Chronosphere as well. Galim's back though, and that's going to be the TA buying some time, but no, not going to be enough, or is it? Right clicks, kill. Shouldn't have moved away from that one, but then again, you can't really do much with that when there is an Undying around there that can just drop a decay even though you're invisible. Yeah, Fnatic, they have the control over the game. They decide what is happening. And it's working out. In the meantime, Lone Druid, let's see how his farm is. He is not doing too bad, considering he was on a long lane solo. As Undying picks up another kill, another time that Sven goes down. That's not good for a no Tidehunter. They need to have, well, the 2 heroes that supposed to be, you know, having the mid game under control, the TA and the Sven, just both got picked up. And that is not good at all. And we see Sven's gold is still fairly okay. He's still second highest up on there, but now died twice. As the next tier 1 tower goes down, that was the last one standing on no Tidehunter. And Fnatic, well, we know that they're on LAN, or on bootcamp, so that they are, they're looking strong in this game. No Tidehunter, the team that last week still beat Na'Vi in a game. I mean, they're not looking too up to shape right now. Can't find momentum to find farm, and if they find the farm, they go a bit too far on the wrong side of the map, and they pay for that with their lives. I mean, it's not that big of a difference just yet. I mean, the towers is a big difference, making the gold graph, of course, going the way of Fnatic, but the kills are only 3 difference. And of course, with the levels that are going to be up on no Tidehunter soon, and more levels that they need, they have got a lot of level dependent heroes and farm dependent heroes, so they will need some start-up time, but they're not being given it by Fnatic, and this is not working out that great. Let's see how Fnatic is trying to keep on the pressure, and if they're actually trying to do that, or if they're just going to go back to farming now that they have the advantage. At least Faceless Void is back to farming, no real surprise there. Yasha in his inventory right now, or in his stash, we'll bring it to him shortly, as he's level 10. Let's take a look at the levels. Both the Darkseer, that of course got that double kill, that gives a lot of experience, also solo experience for those kills. But both Darkseer and Faceless Void are level 10, and level 10 and level 9 on the 2 that just died already, the Sven and the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin, level 9, got face boots, okay, did not have that easy time against Darkseer, so understandable at that. But around this time, you'd expect her to try to find those kills, and she did, she once did. She tried to find the kill on the bottom lane on the Jakiro, was not able to do so though. The Malefice in the ice path made sure that she had no chance there. But she still needs to find them more. But she's rather choosing to go for some farm, as this might be overextension. Look at the rotation from Fnatic. Instantly they smoke up 4 heroes, even including the Faceless Void. The only one that's not there is a Darkseid that's trying to lay some pressure on the mid lane. But here they come. They're gonna find 2. The 2 that, like I said, should not be dying. I spent ledges on the Sven. Is there gonna be more dual breath? Not enough range. Loda trying to get out. Here comes the Darkseid though. He TP'd in. There is the Faceless Void time-lapsing himself in. Does he need the Chronosphere? He gets the Surge, and there's the Bash, and that's gonna be an Ice Path, and that's gonna be a kill going to the Faceless Void. And the Templar Assassin, the only one of the 2 that was able to TP out there. But yeah, the rotation from Fnatic, instantly when they see they can find a kill, and they even pull the Faceless Void off the lane there, they try and get it, making sure that no Tidehunter gets shut down hard. And this time not even using the Chronosphere, so Era is like, okay, you know what, I didn't use my Chronosphere for the kill, so could we just, you know, take a tower and then either force out a team fight, or we get the tower and get some gold, and I want to have the last hit there, and you can all stand by and watch me take gold and stuff. And they can do that. I mean, I said at the start of the game, during the draft, Fnatic has the better team fight right now. They are, I mean, right now they have the better team fight based on lineups. So they can just stand here, either forcing out a team fight, which they will probably win, or just take down the tower for free, and they get the tower for free. In the meantime, though, it looks like no Tidehunter managed to get something in return finally. Tier 1 tower bottom lane drops some gold going the way of no Tidehunter, and they need that. Trading a tier 1 for a tier 2 at this stage of the game is actually okay-ish. I mean, it's not about giving gold away to your opponents, which is of course still what you're doing, but it's more importantly, you get your gold up for yourself, you get your gold up for your supports, for your core items that you need to be able to defend your tier 3 towers later on. Now the rotation goes again for Hero towards the bottom lane, tries to see if someone's still hiding there, but no, S4 is just walking away rather than TPing out at some sneaky spot. They do see Lone Druid in the jungle though, it's daylight. You see the bear TP out. Is there going to be Malefice? There will be. No, not even. Black Hole first. Afro Bulldog. Is he going to be able to stay alive? He's not taking that much damage yet, but here comes Era. Right clicks to go. Tombstone to go. And that's going to be a kill for Faceless Void, who is now 2-0 for 2. He's been on 4 out of the 7 kills. A very involved Faceless Void. And this is... it's not looking good for no Tidehunter. Goldcraft is being kept slightly even now that there's no towers going down at the moment. And of course also because of the tower going down in the bottom lane earlier, and no Tidehunter still trying to find farm elsewhere, while Fnatic is roaming around with 4 a lot, or with 3 a lot, so they have to split a lot of those lanes. But it's this can get out of control fast. If Fnatic can keep up this kind of pressure, this kind of control, then no Tidehunter will not be able to come back from this. But that's exactly the keyword. Like Fnatic, they're holding on the pressure. They're making sure that no Tidehunter does not feel safe in the Radiant jungle, does not feel safe in the Dire jungle. They ganked there a couple of times. They ganked on the lane a couple of times. But right now, when this last tower goes down, I mean, taking down tier 2 towers is a lot different than taking down tier 3s. And of course, yeah, they have the team fight, but the defense from no Tidehunter. Sven, really? You're in the jungle. Oh, it's just Ancients. I saw his HP bar dropping low, looked on the minimap thinking, okay, it's not near enemy heroes, what's he doing? This one is near enemy heroes though. Glim's back. Thank you. No kill for you. Chronosphere not used for that either. But yeah. Anyway, no Tidehunter. They have got some means to be a bit turtle-ish for their heroes. They've got the Sven Stormbolt. Yeah, Psyblade's maybe a bit. Lina's gonna be their most turtle-ish hero. There's not actually that much as you might expect. So Fnatic maybe also having an easier time and trying to go into the tier 3 towers. But I mean, if they can't, if there's one fight won by no Tidehunter, Fnatic will, you know, recuperate, give some time to go in again afterwards, and that time is time that no Tidehunter needs, and that's all they need. If they get time, they get their items up on their Lone Druid, they get their items up on the Sven, and they will be able to fight. But yeah, there's gonna be a tower first though. Last tier 2 tower dropping. After that's probably gonna be Roshan. They are gonna trade it again, or are they not? TP incoming from the Undying. One Tombstone will probably stop the pushing from happening here. In the meantime, tier 2, there's no defense coming from that. No supplies there to be fair. And that's that done. In the meantime, TP back in. TA jumping away from that one. Got her Blink Dagger with that, as we see. And I mean, this is the TA that we're used to seeing, right? Blink Dagger, Phase Boots. That might be a bit too late, as in, normally we see her having that around minute 15, 13, something like that. And maybe around level 9-ish, 8-ish, depending on how her mid lane goes. But she's a bit late. She's gonna go for BKB next, which is quite surprising actually, because there's a black hole and a chronosphere that will care nothing about that BKB. But she won't be stopped by the tombstone. That's actually quite nice. But yeah, this is the TA that should be finding kills, but she has not got any kills. And the 2 kills that have happened for No Tidehunter are not with the TA, as in she was not there. She was just not there. They have been with the Sven and the Lina. That combination, those kills on the top lanes, those were the only 2 kills that they have so far. Disruptor gonna stack the Ancient Camp again. Gonna be, of course, for the TA as well as for the Sven, trying to give them some extra farming experience. This is basically the only spot that they haven't been ganked yet. As we have Fnatic giving, indeed, No Tidehunter a bit of time. Are they gonna go for the Roshan, or are they gonna go for tier 3s? Looks like Roshan is the call. There is a ward trap here from No Tidehunter, but can they do anything against this? With a double damage Faceless Void? Well, double damage actually just run out. And with the black hole and the chronosphere, I don't think they can do anything with it. It's normal procedures though for a team that's gonna go for early aggression, even though it's not normal to have a Faceless Void in that team. But take down all the towers, and when you are done with all the tier 1 and tier 2 towers, you take down Roshan. Give yourself a bit of a margin of error before you go into those tier 3 towers, so that in case you do fail, you at least have the Aegis to make sure that you have a bit of extra leeway. As Sven, yeah, they have vision. Maybe they're gonna try to steal something. They're waiting around here. Lina, of course, as well. Everybody here, apart from the Lone Druid, who's gonna send his bear still, though. Mechanism being used. I haven't even looked that much at the items. I have mostly talked about, you know, what bad shit No Tidehunter is in. Manta Staff completed up on the Faceless Void. BKB up on Enigma. They are pretty farmed, actually. With the Undying getting a Ghost Scepter, of course. And Tangle. There's a Tombstone. There's gonna be more Static Storm, and Kinetic Field doesn't lock in anything. Stun lands on Era. The Aegis on the floor. Faceless Void still picks it up, gets entangled. Time lets himself out. Chronosphere, it's on 2. Now Loda is gonna be taking a lot of damage. Black Hole gets cast, and on top of that, Loda goes down. Is there gonna be more bashes on Bulldog, who tries to get himself out? Entangle on Enigma. Is it gonna be more Malefice on Bulldog? It's gonna be enough to take him down low. Enigma picks up the kill. In the meantime, on the back, is TA gonna get a kill finally? She got an assist on the kill that they managed to do on the Jakira, and looks like Trixie's gonna be in a lot of trouble here as well. Galim's back into range, trying to run away, and here comes a blink here from the TA. Gets a kill, finally, first kill for him. 2 kills going the way of No Tidehunter, and then they only lost 2 heroes actually. It's quite unusual to see that, as in they used a black hole, they used a chronosphere, picked up 2 heroes, lost 2 as well, so not entirely ideal for Fnatic. I mean, they did not lose the fight, but if to say they definitely won that fight, no. Not that either, and that's gonna be giving No Tidehunter a bit of momentum, and like I said, they need that. They definitely need that. And let's see what this Lone Druid is actually building. I normally see Maelstroms or something on this bear, but no, none of this kind. He did pick up his Hand of Midas. That is off cooldown. Of course, he died. He's going to eat a creep, and then he's going to be giving it to his bear probably again, as he normally does. Don't let me down now. Don't let me... Oh, he's letting me down. Okay, that's a shame. Bear actually has no items on him at all. Of course, Bear also got it picked up a couple times. Maybe he only wants to give the items to the bear when he has the Summon Spirit Bear off cooldown. A bit of insurance there, so to speak. Of course, if your bear dies otherwise, then you'll be without items, and that's not really ideal. I feel like I was in a train of thought. I was explaining something before that fight in the Roshan pit happened, but I lost it. Train of thought. Huh. Oh yeah, I was explaining items. So yeah. We see the Undying Ghost After, that's where it was. But yeah, of course the TA and the Sven, the carries, as well as of course the Lone Druid, all melee heroes, all heroes that want to get the right clicks off, and if you then get a Ghost Scepter, you're going to be staying alive for a lot longer than you normally would. He's got 2200 gold. Curious to see what he's going to go for, as the courier is almost respawning again, and that actually got picked off, of course, now 3 minutes ago. I remember seeing that, but I didn't remember pointing that out, so hereby pointing it out. Anyway, Other items up on the Radiant side, which is of course the side that has got most items. I mean, this Enigma, he is doing quite okay. He might be trying to go for Nah. He's not going to be able to get a solo call. Malefice and harassing him away is going to be enough. BKB is ready, probably going to be getting a Blink Dagger next, as the mechanism is up on the Darkseer, so he doesn't need to build that anymore. Darkseer is probably going to go for a Shiva's Guard, an item that we see a lot of on Darkseers, and extremely so if they're going to be up again against melee carries, against melee heroes. Just slowing them down. I mean, for Sven, the main issue about Sven is that he has to reach his target, and if he can't stand there and hits with his God Strength on, he is a very powerful hero. Like, no doubt about that. But he has to reach his target first, and of course that's going to help. The Shiva's Guard is going to help make sure that doesn't happen, or at least takes longer. As he picked up the Reservoir for the BKB, will definitely be handy. Armlet also already up on him. Let's see, I was doing the Radiant side. We have a pause coming up from Fnatic, but that will give me some time to check these items, even though I now checked the last one on the Radiant side, which is Jakiro, who basically has nothing, but he is a support. He's been in 3 out of the 9 kills, and actually 23 minutes in, only 13 kills. And if you then see that this is a game with a Templar Assassin in there, with a teamfight lineup for Fnatic, it's not that many kills. It's not that many kills at all. Sorry. Wish I could change that. I would like more kills. But then again, who knows? No Tidehunter. If they turn it around, they turn it around with kills. Nothing else. So once team fight is gonna start, when team fights are gonna start to go no Tidehunter's way, we're gonna see a lot more kills. If they go their way, of course, that's the question. Can no Tidehunter stall enough to have their heroes pick up the items that they desperately need? The main question about this game is like what I always say, like the window of opportunity that you have is closing. Normally I say that when there is a lineup with a heavy push and a lineup with a hard carry. Of course, this time the heavy push is also having a hard carry, so that still doesn't go entirely that way. But it kind of is still at least the window before no Tidehunter can actually fight back some more, rather than just defend and be defensive, because even this Templar Assassin cannot be aggressive anymore. The difference is too big. Even though she's not doing bad on net worth. I mean, we see the net worth is not that big a difference. Gold graph is not that big of a difference either. I mean, this was all the towers going down, and since the towers have gone down, like towers and Roshan, it's being kept even. And of course, as the saying that I made up myself goes, if you're keeping even on the gold graph, you're actually keeping ahead, because you're making sure that your team still has money on the board. They only have 1 tower down on the side of Fnatic, and as soon as no Tidehunter starts taking down these towers, it's all money, free money to pick up. And if they can already hold their own, the way it is now, then they will definitely be ahead when they get that tower money, if they get that tower money. That's of course a big if. It's better than a big but, apparently. Anyway, sorry. Inside joke for previous casts. Anyway, let's see some more items. We have, of course, Lone Druid, who has not bought anything. We know that. We saw that. And he is actually... he put his hand of Midas on the bear. Thank you for proving my point. And that's indeed when the Spirit Bearer is off cooldown again. So that's that one proven. As we have Lena not getting that many items up. She's got 2 kills, 2 assists. Nice job for her, to be fair. She's been in all 4 kills that have happened on the board. We've got the Disruptor, who's got boots, wards, and other than that, I mean, the Sven and the TA, those are the 2 that has to be doing it. But I mean, look at this. We see 9 kills on Fnatic RC, right? 4 of those are on the Sven. That is not really what you want to see if you want to bet on the Sven being one of your late game carries. First game of the day and you bully me. Well, that's not to me, obviously. TA has died only once still. So that's still okay-ish for her, I would reckon. Lone Druid died twice, but most of the kills are all happening, well, these 2 all happening on the carries. I mean, the supports, yeah, they died once, but really, does it matter? Not really. We have got a Face of Void who actually hasn't died yet at all. He is doing so well also. He's been in 6 out of the 9 kills. Got the Manta style, an item that you normally don't see on Faces Void, so you know that's like early aggression for the Faces Void for you. Hand of Midas, of course, also on him, bashing down some ancients. Trixie helping out. Trixie, who's got 2k gold in his inventory, Working towards that Mystic Staff, if I'm correct. And we still have the pause. We're still waiting for the computer of No Tail to be back up again. That was No Tail, right? Yeah, it was. Let's take a look at some stats in the meantime. Oh, actually, these stats are better to see. Wow, yeah, no real surprise there, to be fair. I mean, Sven is actually, that's quite of a surprise to me. He is still very high up on gold per minute, despite having died 4 times. That is not bad. Not bad at all. Last hits, 126. Keeping on par with the Faceless Void, who's got 120. But yeah. This pause is taking a very long time, by the way. Apologize if I start to... Oh, hey, the reconnects back. But I was gonna say apologize if I start to ramble, but then again, I ramble most of the time. So, you know, I'm sure you'll forgive me. Otherwise you can watch a Russian cast. It's kind of sad that there's no English cast, but that's of course, I mean, there would have been an English cast if there would have been, there would not have been DreamHack. Because of course with DreamHack around the corner, a lot of people are preparing for DreamHack, including myself, though I had a break, of course, so as you might have heard if you were here at the start of the game. We have got the Blade Mail completed up on the Undying, so that's going to be tanky hero for him, and if they do try to focus him down, which is of course a good hero to focus down because he has that heal, so it's very annoying to face him in a team fight. But yeah, then he has the Blade Mail, so you're going to be forced to attack someone else instead, and he is just going to be continuing to heal. As we have a smoke up going off for No Tidehunter instantly after this pause is over, but we might see that being replied with another smoke. Yes, it is. So we're gonna see Fnatic going... Where are they going? Where are they going with their smoke? To their own jungle? Yes, to their own jungle. They're gonna be finding 3 heroes. 3 versus 5. Not good. Here comes the Faceless Void. Finds himself a disruptor. Time lapse in. Bash on the first hit. Lina stun hits an arrow though. Is there gonna be more? And the Chronosphere and the Ice Pass and the Dual Breath. And that's Lina and Disruptor. The 2 supports going down, but they did buy time for S4 to back out of this one. Who has got his BKB complete, by the way. So that's a big plus for him for the next fight, as he's just gonna farm there. Now knowing that the rest of the team of Fnatic is not really going to be doing anything anymore, as Sven, very low on life, just came from the Ancients, I guess, is going to be back into base. He picked up his BKB now as well, so has that one complete. But then again, I mean, I said it earlier, I will say it again, Chronospheres and Black Hole, 2 disables that don't care anything about BKBs. Of course, you can't do anything about that regardless. But if they get caught in that, then there's going to be... I think there's going to be enough damage to take them down regardless. Unless maybe there's going to be a Diffusal Blade or something. Is there going to be something that they can do against it? Is he going to have to pop the Black Hole? Or is there going to be more? Ice Path. Oh, he blinked away. Malefest from the side. Here comes the time lapse in. Bash on first hit again. This time it's Temporary Ward, and that's going to be a kill. Temporary Assassin goes down still after, I mean... She could have been away, really. She got saved by the Lina and the Disruptor going down earlier, and decided to still put some pressure there, and maybe force out the TPs, which is not that bad, because he just forced out the TPs to make sure that Fnatic didn't go for the tier 3 mid. But he wasn't out in time, and now Fnatic can still go for the tier 3 mid, even 30 seconds long. They won't have to deal with the TA. TA who, well, I mean... BKBs is also could have been handy for regeneration. For you know, BKB TP out. You can't do that with the Faceless Void because those dashes will go through BKB.
Radiant's top tower.
Lone Druid in the meantime picking up the second tower in the game on the side of Fnatic. On the top lane. Tombstone is up though. Mid tower is gonna be the goal. There is a Chronosphere, there is a Black Hole, Ice Path, Vacuum, Darkseer Roll, everything, you name it, it's there, and Fnatic wants to use it. Here comes the Ice Path as the first one. Locked inside the melt. Vacuum in though. Here comes BKB activated. Knowing that the Chronosphere is off cooldown though, she might not be all too happy. Or Black Hole first. Catches Emperor Assassin. Is there gonna be enough damage? Lina stun hits on Hero, who does not have a BKB. Actually, there's the Chronosphere. Locks in 3, and now S4 is gonna be going down. Ice Path, Macro Fire, Dual Breath. BKB, where are you? He's already on cooldown for loadout. Also, as the Darkseer goes down still to the Laguna Blade now. Armlet being used by Sven. Is he going to be able to stay alive here? It is the Enigma that still goes down to the Lone Druid on the back. And Lone Druid trying to get an entangle here on air and not going to get it. Time lapse away will be soon. With the Darkseer, I mean, Ooh, Gloom's back. Here comes he again. There's a stun. Oh, still getting stunned though. Man still slightly too early. Not going to be able to dodge. And it's the Faceless Void that goes down. No Tidehunter. Even though it did not go as I thought they should have done. At least, well, TA still died. At least the Sven didn't die. FLV still wants him. But they did really good. They killed off 4 heroes.
Bottom tower is under attack.
They killed off the Undying, the TA, the Darkseer, the Enigma. Sorry, the TA is of course on the side of no Tidehunter. It was a 4-for-1 trade. How did that happen? How did that happen? That was basically because everything got focused on the TA. So Sven had free reign there and Lone Druid as well. 3 semi-carries on no Tidehunter is working out. And this is what I said, as soon as no Tidehunter starts to get at least a kill, they defend their base successfully, and definitely this was a successful defend. They will be getting some more towers, and if Fnatic is going to give them the time, that will not work in their favor at all. And yeah, as the chat also says, the black hole was used solely for the TA, and the TA did not go down at the time that the black hole was active, so that was not really all that worth it. Of course, the TA was still down during the Chronosphere, when her BKB was already off, of course, and I mean, the black hole did make sure that he could not do anything while his BKB was active. But it might not be as successful as they wanted it to be. So they smoke up. They smoke up. Is Roshan gonna be up again soon? Yeah, 1.5 minutes will be up again. Lincoln, Malefice, TA, Refraction on, BKB on, also Chronosphere as well, Bashes as well. And that is S4 gonna drop one more hit. Is it gonna be enough? Mechanism helps out, is not enough, and he goes down. Now the next one, here comes the Sven, actually BKB activated, Era is gonna be the target, as the time lets himself away, Sun lands on the Undying. Loda, one hit, and dares to go Settle, like I said, helping out massively. Vacuum does not let him on the high ground. In the meantime, Malefice is going up still, trying to find a target. Trixie being glimpsed back into range of Loda, and Tangle is there, no chill. Jakiro goes down as well, so Darkseer. Jakiro actually got picked up by the Laguna Blade of the Lina, and now No Chill is going to be the target. The Radiance helping out from the Bear. Stun lands as well, right clicks, and Tangles needed, not even needed. Lone Druid picks up the kill there, and this is the comeback for no Tidehunter as they're going to get their tier 1 tower. Again, a fight initiated by Fnatic. They started off on the TA again. They got the TA.
Radiant's middle tower.
I mean, she died. But you know, the rest of the team of no Tidehunter came in, it's like bam, over. I tried to snap with my fingers with the hand, I can't do it. But you can imagine the sound that was there. With the bam, together, of course. It's my mouse hand that can do that. But yeah, anyway. I'm sorry, I'm not having my normal, normal focus for cast, but anyway. Oh well, I'm not too fussed about it. I'm not too fussed about it. I hope you are not either. Because we're just here to watch the game, and hopefully I'm actually seeing most of the action. So even though you might not like my cast, you can still watch most of the action. Though I guess if you don't really like my cast, you probably have me muted, so you don't hear that I'm saying this anyway. Okay. Fnatic, what are you gonna do? They want to fight for Roshan, of course, which is obvious because they need that leeway. They need that margin of error. Of course, we've already seen that they definitely need that. And it's so. I don't want to call it funny because it's not funny for Fnatic, but they have got this massive team fight, right? They've got a black hole, Necropyre over the top, Decay over the top, Vacuum to make sure everybody's in that, Ice Path, everything. But we have not seen it yet. We have not seen that yet, and there goes the smoke already going off. Eternal Envy still has to get out of field. Devastator Storm goes down though. Black hole this time catches a Bear and Sven, but is not doing enough damage. Chronosphere straight after that. This time be a bit more successful. Vacuum in. It's going to be a Loda that will go down there. Laguna Blade being used. Nobody dies just yet apart from Lina, and the Bear will now get dropped as well. And this is a good fight for Fnatic. And they're going to try to pick up the TA, who does pick up the Enigma first and glimpse back, make sure that there's not gonna be a Faceless Void doing that. And the Jakiro and the Enigma go down for Sven and Lina. I mean, it's an okay trade. And this is actually the first fight that we see the Templar Assassin gets out alive. Good for her. She managed to pick up a kill. And we'd still see Fnatic, even though, I mean, they seem a bit hasty. Like, they want to force it. They know that they are ahead. They know that they have got a team fight. But they are a bit too trigger happy by the looks of it. If they would wait and see when what No Timer is doing, and maybe they're just afraid of the potential of the 3 carries versus their only carry being the Faceless Void. That's of course a problem there also. It's a balance. Tricky balance for Fnatic. But right now, that's 3 times in a row they have been a bit too aggressive. In the meantime, Roshan's still up. Maybe no Tidehunter's going to be able to pick it up, warding the counter ward with the counter ward, and that's also going to be that ranged ward going down if they see it, which they actually don't. Oh, now they do. Haste Rune being there, but nobody picks it up just yet. There's going to be a Undying and a Jakiro scouting this out, but they can't do anything. They can't do anything against it. Everything is down. No Chronosphere, no Black Hole, no nothing. Now the ranged ward the ward will go down also. There we go. Couple misses from the low ground. 4 heroes hanging around here from Fnatic. Shift is gonna come in soon. It's already too late for the Aegis though. Sven picking it up. Good one there. Sven has also picked up a Chrysalis, so that's gonna be a crit there. Oh, no Tidehunter. They wanna force it. Meld damage. BKB up though. Galim's back for the Jakiro. Chronosphere though. Disruptor already dies. Enigma still dies from the TA on the back. And now Sven, can he stop getting bashed? One hit. Look at what that one hit did. Hero already backing up. Macropyre over the top. Sven stun. Hits on 2. Jakiro is gonna be alive again. It's gonna try to make it out. It's gonna be the Aegis that still gets popped though by his own illusions from the Darkseer wall. No Tidehunter. Do they want to continue this? No, they don't. So we see it from both sides. The advantage that no Tidehunter had is not enough yet to force a team fight like that. Not when there's so much against them. I mean, yeah, they got the Enigma. Good one for them, but I mean, they traded an Enigma for the Disruptor. It's a fairly even trade. And we finally have the Sheeva's guard almost up on the Darkseer. That took you long enough, Trixie, but then again, he's been dying a couple times. Teamfights has not really been working towards their favor, and I mean, they got the towers already down, so they don't get the gold from that one. And talking about that, there's still 3 towers left on the side of Fnatic. That is still about 4,500 gold that no Tidehunter can get extra. And let's take a look at the gold graph already. It's already dropping back towards that 0 line. That's because of the kills that no Tidehunter has been able to do. And talking about that also, no Tidehunter, they are ahead of experience, of course, as well, because they get the later kills. Later kills get more experience. So no real surprise about that. To be fair though, the 5k difference is not that big just yet. And if we see that translated into levels, I mean, the biggest difference here is the fact that Templar Assassin and Sven, as well as Lone Druid, kinda are the carries of no Tidehunter. So 3/2 carries on no Tidehunter and only 1 on the side of Fnatic. Now it's being said, of course, as I said earlier, that the Faceless Void is the hardest carry in the game. When you have full items, basically because of his Chronosphere. But well, I'm sorry, I got distracted by the chat. Apparently there's someone saying that they have a Midas. Of course they have a Midas. Duh, they have a Midas on the bear. I'm not sure why that's being said. Anyway, that totally lost my train of thought. How annoying! But yeah, 2 carries versus 3 carries, 1 carry, that is. Anyway. Yeah, and they're ahead mostly on experience because they got the later kills, so Midases don't matter that much anymore later game. Even though they still get nice experience from it, it's not as much as the kills they get there in the meantime. You're gonna try to stay alive and it's not gonna be able to do so. Kill goes towards Trixie with his Iron Shell, stealing it from the Faceless Void. 100 gold there, who's built towards a butterfly, by the way. So we'll be having that. If he can lock all 3 carries inside a Chronosphere and have a Battle Fury in his inventory also, he might be able to get ahead of that fight, but it's going to be very hard for him to face up against those 3 carries. As, well, BKB up, 3,900 gold up on the Templar Assassin. I'm curious to see what she's going to be getting next. Is it still going to be something like a Desolator, what we normally see on Templar Assassins? Or is it gonna be something else? We'll find out though, or maybe she wants to save for buybacks. That's also gonna be a factor in this game the later it gets. As we see Sven, we already saw the crit being built up. He's gonna be going for a Satanic next, picked up a Helm of the Dominator, so either Deadless or a Satanic or both, if he can get both of the gold, much of the gold. Lone Druid in the meantime. Where is his bear? There's his bear. There is the Hyperstone. Gonna be going for that Assault Cuirass. He's not having as much farm as you might expect, even though he's definitely not doing bad. Check the net worth out. He is about on par as a Templar Assassin, actually, so doing a nice job with that. Making sure that he's not putting himself in danger, only the bear who's in danger. And the bear is gonna try to find the farm. And that's actually the story of everybody's no Tidehunter. They're trying to be safe. If one of them gets picked off now, it will not work in their favor at all. It will make sure that, I mean, Fnatic will get the advantage. They might be able to push down a tier 3 tower, and that's going to be very hard to deal with for No Tidehunter. As I feel like Fnatic, if they get one good team fight, they can get a barracks. If it's on the right location, of course, they can get a barracks, they can get a tier 3. But they need that very, very, very good team fight, and so far they haven't showed it yet. Yes, they've won the fights up until the towers going down, purely for the threat of their team fight, and they've had some good team fight with the amount of disable that they have. But right now, disable is no longer enough, no longer the solo disable. They need to have that combination going off, and they know that too. So they smoke up, looking for the best opportunity to try and get that team fight off, or maybe still pick off something. If they pick up the Sven or the TA or the Lone Druid and then try to force a fight when they're not being outnumbered as much. Ooh, Sven gonna come in from the side. Chronosphere hits on the bear, on the Templar Assassin. Actually, Templar Assassin already going down, but Sven from the side picks up the Enigma. There's the stun as well. Trixie getting silenced up inside a kinetic field. Luna stun, Laguna Blade all going through and now being slowed down by the Jakiro. Ice Path to it as well. That's gonna be Loda going down. Era taking a lot of damage, goes down as well, and that is Templar Assassin. Of course, she got back up again. She had the Aegis 3 down on the side of Fnatic and Snare up on the Undying. They cannot stop him TPing though, and he will be getting out of there as Darkseer still is able to pick up the Lina with all his illusions going through from the Darkseer wall. But it is 3-4, well actually 3-4-3 if you count the Templar Assassin dying. Of course she had the Aegis, but again, fairly even team fight, and none of these two teams is gonna get anything in return really. Maybe No Tidehunter can get a tier 2 tower, perhaps, but there will also be a Macropyre again soon, and I mean Tombstones. They can't get that much. And these kind of fights are going to continue happening until one of the teams, which is probably going to be No Tidehunter with the amount of carries that they have. Well, tech not Aegis. Did he already get that buyback? Who has the Aegis then?
Structures are fortified.
Me not eating is really not paying off. Anyway, that was then a buyback. Sorry for my that's indeed a buyback. Well, 3 for 3 then. But that's a tier 3 tower, still taken down. So maybe even another one? Nah, they couldn't. Can they? Lone Druid might. But yeah, something taken in turn of that. In the meantime, they have to defend their tier 3 tower at bottom though. As looks like Disruptor might be in some trouble. One more blink from the Enigma kinetic field might help out, but the blink over will be up again in 5 seconds. Will it be in time? I don't think so actually, no. He'll be fine. Will he? Blink in? He still wants it, gets slowed. Can't get it anymore. So yeah, buyback from the TA, and that was still 3 for 3 solid. And the Aegis was already used then. Yeah, I gotta watch that blood sugar. 40. Still, she has. I mean, she bought back, yeah, but she still has 4,600 gold. What is she going for? We'll find out soon, I hope, as we have we got Lone Druid going for a well, Heaven's Halberd, perhaps. Sanj. Time will tell. Sanj and Yasha. Satanic indeed complete upon the spend, so Daedalus next. You might be able to, well, you might want to save for buyback also, because like I said, it's really more important in these fights that are gonna come. And we see everybody of Fnatic being together. Still have Faces Void, has got 2 item slots basically left. As in, he can sell his Anomitis, he can sell his Town Portal Scroll at some point. And then just have his full inventory. So, but he's not farming that fast anymore. He died twice. He is, yeah, he's still on top of that net worth. Does he have something in the donkey? No, that's just wards. But it's not growing as fast as No Tidehunter's gold is growing, and that's of course also showed in this gold graph, which is slowly but steadily going more in favor of No Tidehunter. With the experience graph also, of course, going their way. 10k. In favor of No Tidehunter, with a big comeback on their part. But again, both teams. I mean, we saw last time being broken by Fnatic. They broke basically the passiveness by trying to smoke up, but they didn't get out of it what they wanted. So we're gonna see them being a lot more passive, or at least waiting until they find they have the right entry again. Right opening. Maybe if No Tidehunter is slightly out of position. We do not see that many wards up for Fnatic though. They've got 1 ward, actually no, never mind, that just disappeared. They've got no wards up, meaning that they've got little map control, and that's what they need to still be able to do this. Map control is what needed for their ultimate team fight. As for No Tidehunter, they seem content in trying to wait it out. Trying to wait out until Fnatic makes the same kind of mistake as they did. And last time they got a tier 2 tower out of it. Perhaps next time another tier 2 tower, which would be the last one standing on the map. And after that it's tier 3s. I mean, it's all there, and it's all possible if they just wait it out and not get caught out, as we have the Talisman of Evasion picked up by the Sven, so we might see him going for the butterfly before anything else. We have got from the TA the Monkey King Bar MKB to make sure that the Spaces Void with his butterfly is not going to be invulnerable, or at least not going to be evading anything from the TA. That's going to of course be something that would be very annoying to deal with. As Roshan will be up again. Faces Void already selling his Town Portal scroll and wants to have that Aegis. And let's see if No Tidehunter can do anything against that. Of course they want to. They have a timer too. Probably they want to make sure that they can. And now that they know that there's nobody pushing this lane back, they know that Roshan is being attempted. Load already standing at the ready. Who is going to be the one to go in first though? That's the real question. They have got a trap. They see him going at it. They might want to wait until Roshan is a bit lower to try and steal the Aegis. Here they go though. Are they? Ice Path doesn't hit on anything. Here comes the Tombstone. Darkseer Roll going up. BKB activated. Sven goes to work on Trixie. There's a black hole. Catches the TA and a bear. In the meantime, Sven still trying to find what he can. Chronosphere hits on 2 TA, we're still hitting Era from the side, but the Sven that still goes down, can buy back, should be able to buy back perhaps. Actually, I don't think he can, otherwise he would have already. TA going to work on the Faces Void now. Is he going to get a kill? Yes, he is. Undying still picking up a Templar Assassin. Still, though, in the meantime, on the back, Lone Druid able to pick up a Darkseer. Darkseer buys back. Faces Void buys back. Disruptor still staying alive. And Undying getting a double kill by picking up the Lina. And now his Roshan is still alive. So, who is going to be getting that? It looks like it will still be Fnatic, because Fnatic bought back. And no buybacks, so No Tidehunter, and with only a Lone Druid and a Disruptor left alive to try and take this. It's not going to be enough, and we already see Undying protecting their property, and it will be their property soon enough. But they did waste all the gold in it. They did use a couple of buybacks, and indeed no buyback on the Sven was kind of killed off No Tidehunter, what made them not able to take down this Roshan. And that is Faces Void picking up the Aegis still after a fight that, I mean, they didn't really win that fight, apart from that they were the ones that got Roshan at the end, but it was, of course, 4 heroes going down on their side. Faces Void died, Enigma died, Darkseer died, Jakiro died, and they only got 3 heroes in return, and they had to buy back 2 heroes, so, not ideal, but they get the Aegis, meaning that in the next fight, if they are indeed, again, the ones that are going to try to force a fight, they have a margin of error again, and they need that. We've seen them needing that. We'll find out soon enough, as we have the Spirit Bear going to try to run away from this Jakiro. Can he solo kill the bear? Bear is actually quite tanky. No, he cannot. The bear will just be summoned back in 1 second. Go on, you can. Oh, he doesn't want to. He wants to take the creep wave. Nice. Nice background from Expert Bulldog, who indeed picked up a Sunge, so having that one completed. And by the way, the reason I mentioned a Heaven's Halberd is because it's a really nice item against this Faces Void. If you can just disarm the Faces Void, if you were not inside the Chronosphere, which, to be fair, Lone Druid hasn't been in the Chronosphere all that much. So if he can make sure he's outside of that, and he can just disarm Faces Void while in the Chronosphere, you can just make sure that Faces Void cannot attack for a while, and that is a big plus for their fight. But we'll see if he's actually going for that, or rather wants a Sanjin Yasha or something to have a bit mobility extra on the bear. The bear is already pretty fast as it is, so we'll just have to wait and see. We have got another Ghost Scepter up, this time on the Jakiro, of course, as I said, well, same story as the Undying. It's just a very good item to have against all those right-click heroes of the Radiant. Of course, there will still be an ensnare and stuff if he gets attacked by the bear, but that's basically the only thing, and TA and Sven will probably turn around and try to go for different targets if they find out there's a Ghost Scepter on there, and try to not waste any time by attacking or standing near a target that they can't attack anyway. Fnatic looking to find a fight. Chronosphere gonna go in first, as in the Faces Void. A walking Chronosphere. Iron Shell up. Time lapse in. Chronosphere's one only. Sven, right clicks to go. Is it gonna be enough? I don't think so. Is it gonna be enough? It is gonna be enough. The Bashers will do it in the meantime. Kinetic Field not locking down anybody. Faces Void finding this Raptor. That was like 2 hits. Entangle still up on Trixie as we have the TA trying to get away. Vacuum in. BKB activated as Bashers. Bashers. You're dead. Undying picks up the kill, and no time for meld either. That was essentially worth there, and that is 3 heroes down, and this might actually be the fight that Fnatic was waiting for, and they didn't even use the black hole yet. This was just positioning from No Tidehunter, not being prepared for a fight. They were not expecting Fnatic to force it out already after that Roshan, and they will get a tier 3 in return, probably also Barracks. No buyback on the TA, no buyback on the Sven. 1 minute without them. It is a long time, and they might be able to get more than just one set of Barracks, and Era thinks so too. Wants to go for the tier 3, can just solo this one. 4k gold in his inventory, could buy back soon again if the timer runs out. If he dies, if this goes into a team fight that they might not win, but you know, they have 45 seconds, 25 seconds. The two hardest carries on No Tidehunter, not here to defend it. 2 sets of wreck. Can they go for a third? That is the question. Trixie already moving his way towards the tier 3 tower. And this is gonna be not that good for No Tidehunter. This might actually be GG. We don't see them call yet. Disruptor's still staying around. Their tombstone going up. Ice Bat, latches on Lina. Lone Druid around here. Already has the bear there. Kinetic field, static storm. There's the Lina stun as well. Beacon deactivated by Era though. That's all the melee barracks going down. And now Trixie, is he gonna get an entangle? No, he's not. Ice Bat latches on the bear. Doesn't look like No Tidehunter can get anything in return for this. And now Eternal Envy. Do you really want to step outside your base? Force steps himself forward. Will be fine. Black Hole catches in load as well as the bear. Here comes Zaki again. Lands a stun on the Undying. Laguna Blade. Trixie goes down to the Lina's Dragon Slave afterwards. Chronosphere again though, and Era is gonna be good. He's just gonna kill stuff. Enigma goes down still, but Sven drops as well. Now Eternal Entry drops as well. Lina, looks like you're gonna be targeted next, or at least as soon as S4 goes down. S4 though, able to at least pop the ages of the Phases Void. Phases Void who will be able to buy back still, as there's now, the timer has run out, but he's gonna be fine. In the meantime, Range Barracks drops on the bottom lane, Range Barracks drop on the mid lane, all creeps works. As we have Era probably still gonna go down, there he goes. Lina goes down still to the Jakiro though. And now buyback indeed. Ice Bat gonna let you in. The Templar Assassin TP out, not gonna happen. Melt damage too much. But really, this is the last barrack standing. One fight. It all started here. Able to pick off the Sven. Able to pick off the TA who just came in trying to see if she could do something. Could not do anything. Went down. No Tidehunter. They were not prepared for that. And bam. Look at that. Gold graph up. Experience graph up. How are they gonna get back from this? They don't have that much time left. They have, I mean, this is like a situation, I mean, it can still happen, and that's why No Tidehunter hasn't given up yet, because there's always a chance. There's always a chance in Dota, and if you're now asking me what would that chance be, well, No Tidehunter has to make sure that all the lanes are pushed out, so that they can actually leave their base without being scared of their own tier 4s going down, and maybe the last barracks. Then, when that is done, they have to win a team fight, preferably 5-0, so staying alive, and then they have to push for the GG. That's basically it, because if they're gonna push for barracks, they can push for barracks and back off again, and then they have to do the entire thing over again, and that's not gonna be easy. A recipe for a Sanj up on the Sven. Interesting to see. What is he gonna sell for that? Maybe the armlet? And Heaven's Halberd indeed up on the Lone Druid, so good against that Phase of Void, but it was too late for last fight. In the meantime, Fnatic, they know there's one barrack still left standing, and if they have mega creeps, it's kind of going to be close to impossible for No Tidehunter to still take anything there. So they just go top. If they can make sure that they shut down everybody long enough, and they have got a lot of shutdown with the Chronosphere, with the Black Hole and stuff, so that they can take down the ranged barracks. They don't even need to focus on the heroes, just the ranged barracks is going to be enough. Then yes, they can take it. In the meantime though, the lanes are pushed out, were pushed out, at least top lane wasn't. But that's the thing that No Tidehunter wanted to do, push the lanes out, go for a fight mid. If they lose this fight though, top lane is going to be pushed out, ranged barracks will drop. There goes the Macropire, already down. Bear already going to work on a tier 3 tower. Can he do something here? Gillim's back from the Darkseer over like nothing. Ice Path hits on the bear, right clicks, hits on the bear. Bear has to be forced back. Tower down to 500 HP. Someone needs to TP back soon. Oh, Chronosphere gets the Sven again. Lina from the side. There goes the Black Hole again. Spanning it again. Static Storm Kinetic Field still goes. Lodak though, is he going to be able to stay alive? No, he is not. Vacuum. Oh, lags. Lodak is already dead. There goes the Darkseer going down as well by Laguna Blade. TA is going to go down as well. Enigma picking her off. Darkseer was still the only one to die, only with Lone Druid. Now all 3 carries are down on No Tidehunter with just the support left. Disruptor, there's no way out. You, Helena. Blink force step, but you know what can Helena do? She cannot even defend her ranged barracks anymore because she's gonna be too slow for that. Even though she can TP, it's not gonna be in time. And that is melee creeps. In the meantime, tier 4 towers, and that is a GG.
The Radiant now have mega.
That is a GG. Great team fights. GG, well played. Goes out. No Thailand turn. Lose a game against FnaticEU as FnaticEU seem ready to take on DreamHack. That of course starts in 2 days time, which is why there's not going to be any Dota tomorrow. Oh hey, for all you people that are going to be having withdrawal issues from, of course, not being able to watch any tournament streams tomorrow because everybody will be moving towards DreamHack, or all the teams will and the casters will that are going to be there, and you know, stuff like that. I have a suggestion for you because there's probably a lot of games that you still haven't seen yet. Because, well, if there's not, then kudos to you for following so much Dota, because there is so much Dota out there. But I would suggest you to check out the recommended replays. For example, on the VOD list, VOD bank of Gozu Gamers, they don't only have the recommended replays of their own tournaments, but also of everything. So all the casters, also cast by Toby, cast by LD and Gods, cast from everything. Recommended replays. Go check those out. See if you missed any of those. Next to that, if you want to support me, you can subscribe to my YouTube. I as well have on my YouTube a playlist, if I can call it that way, from recommended replays that I casted, so you can check those out as well if you missed those. And other than that, if you follow my daily forum posts to see what games are on every time, every day I post a post with every match of the day and being by who it's being casted. There's also a list of casters, and there's also there's also a well, for the people that I have VODs for, as in the links to the VODs are there, so you can check out if you missed any cast from a caster. You can just check out their own VOD bank. So anyway, that's a bit of ramble, as I don't really know how to say that apparently. Anyway. Thank you for watching. My name is Sheever. I'm a Gozu Gamers caster. I already said how you can support me. This was a StarLadder match. For official cast, you go to Own TV, and I am gonna continue packing for DreamHack. As I'm gonna throw out an outro moving for you still and play some commercials. And here we go. Commercials. Oh no, outro first.